Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. So, I got a, I got a little whiff of, Deuce Staley and Marquand Manuel's interview. They addressed the media a little later this afternoon, and I gotta say I'm impressed, man. I'm really impressed with Deuce Staley letting the world know that Miles Sanders is a #1 back. Miles Sanders is going to be carrying the load. It's Miles the ball. This is what the Eagles are good at doing. We're good at saying he's the guy. We're good at proving it. He's the guy. And I'm excited for him. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bright spots in the running back room. And at the end of the day, I feel like that it's the opportunities are going to be there. The opportunities are going to be there. We're not going to have a season to where we're saying, well, X, Y, and Z need touches, or X, Y, and Z need the ball, or this got to happen, or that got to happen. I don't think we're going to have that this year. I think the people that's supposed to get the ball are going to get the ball. You know what I mean? They talked about Elijah Holyfield looking good. Talked about Miles Sanders looking good. They talk about Corey Clement looking good. And it could be looked at as a redemption year for him. I'm excited for the running back room of the Philadelphia Eagles. I just feel like that if Elijah Holyfield can come out here and play big and be that Blunt that we need, you know what I mean? That LeGarrette Blunt. We need something like that. You know what I'm saying? When we won the Super Bowl in 2017, why was it? We had the number one rushing attack in the game. The #1 rushing attack in the game. Nobody used the run to their advantage better than the Philadelphia Eagles. Somebody asked me the other day, well, if Miles Sanders is so good, why didn't Miles Sanders never win a rushing title? Come on. You give me the last running back who won the rushing title. Give me the last running back who won the rushing title and their team won the Super Bowl. Sometimes it's not about individual accolades. I tell you what we did have when we won the Super Bowl. We had the #1 rushing attack, period. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a group effort. It's a group effort. You know what I'm saying? The Baltimore Ravens, for instance, had the #1 rushing attack last year. The #1 rushing team in the league. Had a pretty decent record that took them far. It's about a group effort. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the guy who led the league in passing yards didn't even make the playoffs. Or the guy who was second in passing yards didn't even make the playoffs. Come on, man. It's about the team. How can the team rally in desperate situations? And that's what I feel like our coaches preach the most. Our coaches preach that the best. What can the team do? That's why we've been so successful in the last couple of years. And I feel like that Doug and Jim did a really good job in bringing in a guy like Marquand Manuel. They did. Because if it's one group of people that needs a reality check on the Philadelphia Eagles that brung back the same cast damn near, it's the cornerbacks. It's the cornerbacks. Jalen played last year, was beat up on at times. Rasul Douglas played last year, was beat up on at times. Sidney Jones played, was beat up on at times. Avante played, was beat up on at times. McLeod actually had a good season. But you're bringing back 4 dudes from the same secondary who were trash. You're bringing back 4 dudes from the same secondary who were trash. Now, you let go the biggest piece of the trash, probably, and Ronald Darby. You replaced him with an elite-level cornerback in Darius Slay. You shored up your slot position with Nickel Roby-Coleman. You see what I'm saying? You see where we're going with this? You see? You add in some youth in the safety position with Will Parks. And then you bring in a guy who plays safety and corner, Marquand Manuel. If I'm not mistaken, he played with Champ Bailey. He played with some Hall of Famers. He know the game. And the one thing that's sticking out to me the most is what he's saying is, I had this conversation with Sidney Jones. We have to keep him accountable. He's holding people accountable already. It ain't even week 1 and he's holding people accountable. That means to me, he looked at the film, he know his history, and he not about to hold his hand. The time is running out for some of these cornerbacks if they don't get it together. But I believe that Marquand Manuel, and I believe that Jim Schwartz, and I believe that this defensive front are going to have a top 5 defense. I'm telling you, I cannot stress this enough when I say this. These guys are going to have a top 5 defense. They deserve it. The time is now. Nobody will be playing around with us in this defense like they did. He talked about Jalen Mills being an ultimate competitor. Listen, Listen, if you got anything from what Marquand Manuel just said in this presser, you know what I'm saying? It's this. Avonte Maddox is going to be the cornerback too. Myself included. But a lot of other guys really wanted to see Sidney Jones take that step forward. But Sidney Jones is looking like a bust. That's what I get from what Marquand Manuel just said. That's the bottom line. That Avonte Maddox is competing. He's competing. Jalen Mills is competing. You got to compete. And this is all Marquand Manuel saying. Shout out my guy Isaac the Barber, man. I'm going to go holler at my guy tomorrow, man. I'm looking like bill collector out here. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is competing. You know what I mean? You got to continue to compete if you want your spot solidified amongst the greats. That's what you got to do, man. And like I said, it's always may the best man win. May the best man win. Whoever is playing opposite to Darius Slay is extremely important. He talked about Darius Slay still being a really good player, but still wanting to learn. Not thinking he's too good for the room. Amazing. Amazing. Now, I know y'all want me to talk about this Yannick Ngakoue situation. Apparently, he's on the market. He's on the market for a second-round draft pick right now. A second-round draft pick right now. The 6 is on right now while I'm making this video. As you can see, I'm not that enthused to be sitting down and watching it. Hopefully, I go in there and they doing something good. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we're gonna see. You know what I mean? If people throwing away a second-round pick, if all they want is a second-round pick, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I can give you a second-round pick and 2 players. I can give you a second-round pick and 2 players. If you're going to run him for a year and then tag him and trade him to get some value back, that might not be a bad move. But I can give you a second-round pick and 2 players for a talent like that. So we got to see where it shakes. It sounded like that Baltimore is going to grab him. That's what I'm hearing. I heard that from multiple people. But at the end of the day, if Baltimore grabs him, that's a power move. They look like they're trying to win a chip. I ain't going to lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. If we grab him, we'll see. He want to come play with us, though. That's who he want to play with. But you know what I'm saying? When you go about things this way, you don't often get what you want. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.